Skiing has been a part of Mark Mancini's life since he was a kid. Today, he takes his love for and knowledge of the sport and shares it through his job as a ski technician at Completive Edge Ski Shop in Easthampton. In tonight's Making It Here report, producer Dave Fraser introduces us to Mark and gives us a behind-the-scenes look at just what being a ski technician entails.
To me, skiing is the closest thing you can get to pure freedom or flying on the ground. Nothing better than, getting on that chairlift, riding to the top on a cool, crisp day, and really just letting the skis run down the hill. It's just you and the skis and the mountain. The mountain dictates what's going to happen to you out there, and you're just skiing along and having a good time. It's a very free feeling. My name is Mark Mancini. I work for Competitive Edge. I've been in the ski industry pretty much full-time since 1984. Born in New Britain, Connecticut. My father was a ski instructor at Mount Southington. So pretty much as soon as I could walk, he had me on a pair of skis.
Couple of choices.
When the guest comes into the shop, they're here looking for the experience of someone working in a ski shop. There are other avenues to purchase the product. You can shop online these days. It's not a very personal experience. Here we get to know you, we make relationships. We hope that those relationships are good and we become friends with you. But more than anything, we want to get you into the right equipment. The ski boot is the most important piece of equipment, next to a decent pair of gloves. If the boot doesn't fit correctly, that $106 lift ticket you just purchased is useless as you're sitting by the fireplace. So it's very important to come in and work with people who are knowledgeable and have passion for it. When we're really getting a guest in here and we want to take a look at the assessment when fitting the boot for anybody, whether it be someone that's their very first time on the hill or an experienced racer, we're going to take a look at the foot by measuring it, finding the right length, the right width, and we really want to make sure that we get you in that boot that closely resembles your foot shape.
What I want you to do is to just flex the knee and ankle back and forth.
One of the things that we'll do in the course of boot fitting, if you've got real problem issues, is get into the boot. It's only plastic, so we can stretch it, we can grind it. I've got a 1-inch carbide ball attached to a jeweler's machine, and I just simply go in and grind out those areas and create a little bit more room for that skier. Women's boots are different than men's. The women's boots tend to have a slightly narrower heel. They tend to have a little wider forefoot. Women's calf sits a full ½ inch lower on the leg than that of a male. So those are all the things we take into account when someone sits down on the bench and we're making that relationship to get you in the right boot. Well, if somebody comes in the shop with a pair of skis and they ask for a tune-up, it's not a car, there's not a lot of moving parts in it, but more than anything, we just try to replicate the finish of the ski the way it did when it left the factory. One of the things that we really tend to pride on, and myself as well, is working with that upper level skier. That's the skier that really has a true passion for it. And that skier is the type of skier that I like to talk with and pass the knowledge on to, is how to tune that ski and how to make it faster and faster and faster. Honing the steel and bringing it back to a nice, clean, sharp point. It's no different than a kitchen knife. You know that if you can't, go to cut a tomato and the tomato just squishes, it's time to sharpen the knife. And it's the same thing here. If the ski glides well on the hill, you're gonna have a more enjoyable day. And if you're racing or skiing at a higher level, you want that ski to slide. There's nothing worse than on a cold day to have a ski that just won't go anywhere because you had the wrong wax on it. I do get a lot of satisfaction out of being out on the hill and running into some of my customers and seeing them out there. They're having a good time, they're enjoying the product, I've put them in the right product, and they're having a good day on the hill. Also going back to my years of teaching, I've had children that I've had in the 3 to 5 or 4 to 6 program at Mount Snow that have gone on to race at Stratton Mountain School and race against some of the best skiers in the world. It's a real nice feel to know that I've taken them from never ever to that level and brought them to other people who could get much more out of them. But just the simple fact that I've passed some of my passion and my knowledge on to other people is very, very satisfying to being in this industry.